Hey guys, it's Tom from Velocity. We're back in the showroom today for a full walk around video in detail of this amazing medium Mediterranean blue K5 Blazer. Try saying that 5 times fast. I certainly can't. I already messed this up twice. Listen, this truck is gorgeous. It's a Heritage Edition K5 from us. The thing is stunning. We're going to go all the way around it. As always, please leave your comments in the description below. Any questions, reach out to us, give us a shout. We'll start by talking about what is a Heritage Series versus a Signature Series for those who don't know. The Heritage Series is basically our upgraded, all singing, all dancing version of our vehicles. So four-wheel drive vehicles have a Heritage Edition that they can go to, a Heritage Series, and this is an example of one of those. What's featured on the Heritage? Well, a ton of aesthetic changes, mainly the two-tone paint, the different trim options, and all of the billet components. And then when we get inside, a completely custom interior too. Mediterranean blue is a really nice medium blue. It's a lovely color, really classic, especially with this white two-tone to it. And then the wooden trim we've gone for on this one is a darker wooden trim, just to accentuate everything. And it's worked out, it looks incredible. White steel wheels on this one, that's the same for all the Heritage Edition vehicles. And then a ton of billet stuff that we'll come onto in a second. But let's take a look at the front of the truck. LED headlights, and of course a very iconic front end. It's the Chevy K5 Blazer front end. We've got chrome trim around, chrome front bumper, chrome grille in this one. Of course, it's a Chevy, so the blue bow tie, of course. And then you got side marker reflectors as well down there. JW speaker headlights on this one, LEDs like we touched on. Just looks mean, looks good. This is a tall truck. These K5s are taller than they look in some of the pictures. I'm about, well, my boots on, I'm about 5'11", 6 foot. This is a big truck. They're taller. They're much taller than the Broncos. It makes them have a little bit more road presence, and also just because of the chassis setup that we'll get onto in a second, the wheelbase extended, the height, they drive quite differently to the Broncos too. So they're really, really cool. Let's take a walk down the side of the truck then. Check out this trim. Come a bit closer and just see the wood grain in this one. Absolutely gorgeous all the way down that lower trim there. It looks really, really nice. And then the billet stuff, of course, is featured on this Heritage too. So billet door handles, billet side mirrors, Velocity flying V's etched in there, Velocity logos here on the front of the side mirror there, and then full 6-point cage on this vehicle. And we've painted the cage to match the interior. It's kind of got this off brown color that goes with the really fine leather that we'll get into in a second. Looks amazing with the full safari top too. Coming along the back of the vehicle, and man, it just gets better. You've got full Chevrolet logo at the back. Again, with this wooden insert here, this wooden infill, just looks absolutely amazing. The K5s are much longer than the Broncos, so they have quite a lot more room, and that also means that the back passengers have a lot more leg room, and you've still got a ton of load space. So loads of space back here for probably 3 or 4 suitcases you could fit back here, golf clubs, boogie boards, whatever you're going to take to the beach, you name it, you can fit it in here. The back of the tailgate is finished in a Raptor lining, and it's just really, really nice. It's going to give you that protection when you're lugging stuff onto the back of the truck and then putting it up here. This is a removable top carpet cover too, so you have carpet inside the truck, and then you've got another carpet cover kind of insert here too, so that's easy to kind of clean off. If you need to bash that off after you've been to the beach, something like that, you can pull this completely out. Really, really nice finish. All right, so let's take a look at the back of the vehicle from the outside. Again, carpeted everywhere. You've got a carpet mat here, like in the back, to give you some protection, and a full bench seat. 3-point harnesses for the back because it's the 6-point roll cage. You've got the safari top above you. This bench seat is set up for 2 people with the bolster in the middle, but we do also have an option for a 3rd bench seat. So if you want just a flat bench seat with a 3rd seat belt, you can do that to get 3 occupants in the back. Because of course the K5 is also wider than the Bronco, so lots of space in here. Look at these side panels. They are just remarkable. Focal speakers behind here. Probably hard to see on the video, but this is actually a different texture material. This is like a fabric compared to the leather. And all these pieces are made in-house by us. They're completely bespoke by the guys in our trim shop. You can't buy these online. You can't just buy them off a website. We make them all here, exclusive to Velocity vehicles. And that's something that you just, unfortunately, you see quite a lot of in this industry, is people just buying things online and just bolting them on. That's not what this is. These vehicles are built from the ground up here. Lots of little custom details that you're not going to see. So that's the back of the truck. Let's talk about even more custom things at the front of the truck. And Aaron, stay there. I'm going to wind down the window for you because I have center console control of both sides here for the electric windows. So down it comes like on a modern truck. And this interior is just insane. The front of this truck is immaculate. Hopefully you can see this on the video, but this center console is completely custom. Does not exist anywhere else. You cannot buy it on the market. I keep saying that only because it's the truth. Fully custom center console, magnetized, so it's got a real strength to it to hold it shut. You've got more chargers in here, a USB-C and a USB 3.0. The whole of the inside of this is like an Alcantara finish, so really soft to put valuables in or your mobile phone in if you're not using it. 2 drinks holders, the wooden stuff flicks in here, absolutely amazing. Can you see, I hope you can, all the different materials that the guys have used here. The stitching is perfect everywhere on this interior, but different mixtures of materials. You've got a leather, then with this kind of, I don't really know what this is. It feels almost like an Alcantara suede, but that's then a different material to the wood that's behind the dash and the carpet. There's so many different things that are going on here. It just all comes together amazingly well. This is how I was controlling the electric windows, so I've got electric windows here. This truck doesn't feature heated seats or cooled seats, but if it did, there would be 2 more controls here for your heated and cooled seats too. And then at the back, you can see my phone charging there nicely on the wireless charger. So all of this is very modernized, feels very much like a modern vehicle. What doesn't feel like a modern truck is this steering wheel. This is so classic looking and original. It's super bespoke. It's by the guys at Spark in partnership with us. I always say this, you can't buy this stuff online. Please stop asking us if you can buy this billet steering wheel. We get asked all the time. Unfortunately, we can't sell them as they are, but they look amazing. They only come on our trucks. 3-piece billet made here. Oh my goodness me. It is just insane, especially leather wrapped. And again, the details on the stitch here around this steering wheel are just insane. Behind that, I've got a painted tilt steering column, so full tilting steering column. And then behind that, again, I've got a full Dakota digital dash with, again, this wooden insert, this inset that looks incredible. Really, really nice. The door cards as well on this truck are absolutely fantastic. We have all of the billet components in the door cards too, and the carpet actually comes back through into the door cards. So the whole thing is insane. I love the interior of this truck. I like the color. You know, I like darker blues. That's just my personal taste. This truck does look amazing, but I prefer darker blues. However, the interior in this truck is out of this world. It's just insane. All the details, sun visors finished in leather. Man, this is what Heritage is all about. It's about making something special. It's about making something unique. It's about making something fully finished, and that's what this is. Let's take a look under the engine bay then and start talking about driveline and chassis and things like that. Vehicle has full disc brakes all round. They're hydro boosted. Of course, you've got all the stopping power in the world. And then what we're going to do is pop open the hood and talk through the drivetrain. All right, take a look at this. It's a Velocity, so of course it's got a brand new driveline. This is the GM LT1. It's a V8 producing around 460 horsepower. Lots of torque at the bottom end of the rev range on these LT1s. They go like stink. They are incredible engines. They run great, especially in this setup in these larger trucks. And behind the LT1 is the 10LAT. So that's the 10-speed automatic transmission from GM. So that comes as a crate package. And then of course there's a load of custom things and fixtures in here that we do to make all of this go together in this platform. I hope you will agree, the way this engine bay is finished, it does look like an OEM setup. It almost looks like the engine was designed to be here, and of course it never was. K5's never had this much power. Speaking of power, you've got hydro boosted disc brakes, so they aren't like the old school brakes that you would have had, like brand new disc brakes like out of a new truck. And then again, all these things and fixtures too. These are super serviceable engines, so you can take this really to any main dealer and they would be able to service it. Anywhere that's used to working on a vehicle like this, of this pedigree, they're not going to have an issue servicing this engine. It's not an old school engine or anything like that. Really easy to work on, really easy to service, super reliable. And of course, on all Velocity vehicles, you've got a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty too, and 3 years on the drivetrain. So you're fully covered in the crazy event that something happened, but honestly, these engines are bulletproof. It's going to run great. It's also going to run great and drive great because of what's underneath this vehicle. This truck has a full rotor shock chassis underneath it, so it's a full falling coilover chassis. Obviously, again, K5s never normally had that setup. They had a leaf spring in the back, coil in the front, but for all of our K5s, we do a full falling coilover chassis. Because of that and the extended wheelbase, these trucks drive very, very smoothly. This truck drives insane. I had the pleasure of driving this vehicle over in California a couple of months ago as we were kind of taking it on the media before we put it in the showroom here, and it just drives brilliantly. Even in like stop-start California traffic, if you've ever driven in like LA highways, it's pretty busy and there's lots of people moving around. Even when you're doing 78 miles an hour, it feels pretty busy. This thing just ate it up. It had no problems whatsoever. Really, really cool. Forgot to mention as well, look at these hood hinges. Billet hood hinges, absolutely stunning. I think that about covers it. So I want to wrap up the video here, but just take one last look at this engine bay. It's just insane. The guys have done a really good job. Okay, I think that about covers it. We've gone through most of the things, almost everything on this truck. It's really good looking, this truck. It's really nice. It's the only heritage K5 we've got available for immediate delivery. It's the only one we've got in stock right now. We do have some other K5s, but they're all the Signature Series vehicles. This K5 is the only heritage one, so the only one with all the upgrades on it. It looks insane. Mediterranean medium blue. Got it that time, first time, so don't have to jump cut there. It looks insane, guys. Please check it out on the website. The pictures will be above if you're looking on the website, or if you're on YouTube, the vehicle will be linked down below. Go and check it out. There's more detailed shots and things on there. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to leave a comment, send us an email, drop us a DM, pick up the phone, give us a ring. This vehicle is available. Hopefully, it can be coming to you soon.